I will tell you that there's few people on this campus more anxious to be rid of masks than me.
Masking on campus. Citrus TV sits down with the university's top COVID-19 official to discuss the current COVID guidelines, the Vice Chancellor's plans for masking. Will it come to an end soon?
Plus, winter is coming whether we like it or not. How the university is preparing for snow removal and keeping walkways safe.
And an SU coffee shop celebrates 50 years on campus. How students can take advantage of their anniversary offers. All that and more. Citrus TV News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Students have expressed frustration with SU's masking policies since the beginning of the semester. Tonight we learn what steps the university is taking now. Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Liam Crowley.
And I'm Ricky Sayer. Prior to the start of the fall semester, Syracuse University initiated a masking framework with color-coded levels based on campus COVID transmission risk.
Since August 28th, Syracuse University has been in the designated red status level. That means everyone has to wear masks inside Syracuse University buildings regardless of their vaccination status.
This week, Citrus TV's John Perik sat down with the Vice Chancellor Mike Haynie to learn why the university has not changed their COVID level in nearly 3 months.
Vice Chancellor Haynie, John Perik. Mike Haynie, nice to meet you.
On Monday, during an exclusive one-on-one interview, Vice Chancellor J. Michael Haynie addressed the topic students have been asking all semester.
You're going to ask me the big question,
I'm going to ask
right?
you the
Why
question.
am I still wearing a mask?
Why are we wearing masks? Yeah.
A question that has left some students beyond frustrated.
I think it's ridiculous. I can't believe that this is still happening.
I don't know what the point is of still being in code red.
But Vice Chancellor Haynie says on-campus cases are only one half of the equation.
We have done our part, and you know, the other part of this equation is our community. As per the CDC, Onondaga County is still a high transmission rate geography.
A message some students are tired of hearing.
If Onondaga County was going to be affecting us, then we would have a lot more cases than we do.
But that's where students differ. David Bruin, the president of the Student Association, says when it comes to masking, the university should follow the science.
We need to just stay as vigilant as we have for the past year and a half when it comes to masking and COVID-19.
Although Haynie continues to enforce masking on campus, both he and students want the same outcome.
There's few people on this campus more anxious to be rid of masks than me.
A statement that did not resonate well with some students.
Well, that sounds ironic to me, considering he's the one who gets to decide it and he's not doing anything about it.
Haynie also addressed a variety of issues pertaining to masking. First, being dining halls.
What we have done is created the middle ground where in designated eating areas where everyone knows if you go in, you're going to be around people with a mask down, you have that choice.
Well, do you accept that there's a number of cases where students won't follow those rules? For example, at the Dome?
The very first football game at the Dome was a mildly traumatic experience for me because we did not have a high level of masking compliance. I think, however, after that first game, we learned some lessons. We messaged differently. We had a different approach to compliance, and things have gotten a lot better.
Now that things are better, the question still remains. When will SU reevaluate the masking status on campus? Which County Executive Ryan McMahon answered last week.
If we're getting through November, we're still in a great place in the community and on the campus, then I think certainly the Chancellor and their team have a decision to make.
Is that the case? Will you guys wait till December?
You know, we're going to continue to work with the county, you know, but we're also going to make decisions that are in the best interest of our students, faculty, and staff at Syracuse University.
Today, the question of whether or not masks will be coming off indoors is yet to be seen. For Citrus TV News, I'm John Perik.
Thanks so much, John. For the full exclusive interview with the Vice Chancellor, visit our website, CitrusTV.com.
Speaking of COVID, the university has yet to update their COVID-19 dashboard numbers. Yesterday, the SU reported 16 active cases on campus. The positivity rate remains at 0.2%.
Some VPA students are fighting against the College of Visual Arts and Performing Arts' decision to shut down the Art Video BFA program. The college announced earlier this semester that they are no longer accepting applications for the major. Frustrations with VPA students have submitted a petition to VPA's Dean Tick with over 200 signatures. In the petition, they say this move shows, quote, the dean's lack of commitment to supporting the arts. And a famous campus cafe is celebrating 50 years on campus. We go now to Nicole Aponte, who's live at the student favorite spot in the basement of Hendricks Chapel. Nicole?
Good evening, Ricky. Students travel down this sidewalk and through these doors every single day to grab their cup of coffee before classes from People's Place, a student-run cafe right here on campus. Now, even 50 years later, People's Place is truly a place for the people. People's Place, a student-run nonprofit cafe on campus.
The way it's run is pretty much how it's been run for 50 years.
It was founded in 1971 following the Kent murder strikes happening across the country and at SU.
But there was nowhere else really. The classroom buildings had no, little lounges or places you could sit and have a cup of coffee.
Hendricks Chapel served as the hub for students during the strikes, prompting then junior Ted Layson-Schuler to do something no student had done before.
And so we bought donuts and had coffee and had a cup out there for people to put money into, which they didn't.
He made this failed attempt into a business strategy.
It makes me feel good that I was the one that kind of took this failed idea that we had the first time we tried it and turned it into something that worked.
Flash forward 50 years, People's Place is brewing coffee and serving that perfect blend to students today. Once you work at People's Place, it's almost impossible to leave.
But so when you graduate, your picture gets moved from that bulletin board to People's Place, so you're, again, here forever.
The students who work here are able to experience the traditions that started 50 years ago.
You get to know people and a friendly face on campus and an alumni who had the same similar experience that you had, which is really cool.
And the original message behind the founding of People's Place still holds true today.
We're just coming and going and developing relationships, and it was a safe space. It was a comfortable space.
More than a job, it's a community of people who really care about each other.
The world may change, but the environment at People's Place never will. Now, my favorite drink from People's Place has to be the Austin Powers. Now, before we're closed today at 4 p.m., I was able to snag my favorite coffee drink. Really what an Austin Powers is, it's a third cup of coffee, a third hot chocolate, and a third milk of choice. And this is absolutely amazing. And Liam, I know you're a big coffee fan yourself, and you're a big fan of reviews on Twitter too. What's your favorite order from People's Place?
Ricky, I'm going to be at People's Place a lot this winter because they have some nice hot coffee that hopefully will warm me up with the cold weather coming in. I know you're not much of a hot coffee drinker. How do you stay warm during the winter?
It's a lot of jackets, a lot of hand warmers, whatever I can do. I'm wondering when I'm going to have to break that out, and someone who can tell us is our own Ryan Nelson.
Hey, thanks guys. Honestly, I'm out here right now and it's truly November weather here in Syracuse. I can mention the cold, but we already know it's cold outside. It's Syracuse, New York. Are we surprised by that? But the clouds around me right now, that's the only thing I'm worried about. There's no rain in the forecast for tonight, but there still will be clouds. If you see behind me with the sunset, there's still clouds involved. Now, if we look at the temperature right now, there's a reason my hands are freezing cold and they're in my pockets right now. It's because, well, it's staying cold outside. 43 degrees is the temperature right now in Syracuse, and guess what, friends? It's only going to get colder as the night goes on. If we look at the temperatures for the next 24 hours, it's going to get cold, cold, cold. Yes, tomorrow during the day, it's going to heat back up to 51 degrees or so, but tonight, there's going to be a low of 30 degrees. That is below freezing. You know what happens when it's below freezing? Well, the rain turns into snow. Well, that's all the weather I have for you right now. Ricky, Liam, back to you.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. The first snow of the year may be upon us soon. The Center for Disability Resources will be working with the University Grounds Department to create a priority snow removal schedule. This should clear an accessible path of travel for students with mobility impairments. The CDR will submit students' class schedules to the Grounds Department if they request it. Students may contact the Grounds Department at any time to request assistance with snow removal.
And the Syracuse University Art Museum has a new art curator. Melissa Yun will be joining the museum staff on December 1st. As curator, Yun will be responsible for conducting research, creating exhibitions, and facilitating access and awareness of the museum's vast collection. Her appointment will allow for the expansion of the inaugural art wall projects that commissions upcoming contemporary artists to create installations each academic year.
A campus a cappella group is preparing to put on a free show for students. Group Stand A Cappella will be performing tomorrow night in Hendricks Chapel. The concert will start at 8 in the evening. A $5 donation is encouraged. All donations will go to the group's album. Streaming proceeds from the album will go to a local elementary school music program.
Coming up on Citrus TV News, major Syracuse University buildings will be lit up green tonight, the special meaning behind the illumination.
And Merck's COVID-19 antiviral pill may see some competition. How another pharmaceutical company is changing the COVID treatment game.